Hi everybody, welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, back in the vault, a little 2014 Oregon Marcus Mariota taking down the number 7 Michigan State Spartans. Fired up for this one. Also, a little special edition story about how I got thrown out of an NFL practice, the play that I got thrown off on in this game. We're breaking it down, talking about it. A little special bonus edition. Fired up for this one. Let's get into it. Welcome to the QB School. All right, doing another Marcus Mariota throwback game. This time, big win, 46-27 versus number 7, Michigan State. This is an iteration of 4 verticals hitting the special or the number 3 seam. Lots to love here. First, watch his eyes. Looking to our left, hold him, come right back across and rip it on time. Okay, so first here, when I'm talking variations of 4 verticals, this is with some iteration of smash down here at the bottom of the screen. So we're going to come out here. He's going to hold his eyes up into the corner. Down here we're going to get a bit of a jerk, so come in here, set this arrow spot, and then come across as kind of the check down. And then where the ball goes here on this special route, the number 3 vertical, third wide receiver, 1, 2, 3, you're welcome. We'll get the seam, and we'll get the go. So the bones of 4 verticals are these 4 right here. But what he's able to do here by being able to hold his corner with the highlighter uniforms and the highlighter pen there to give you a little spacing, you're welcome, to be able to take advantage of what this split safety is doing. So hold him over here. And then the other thing that I talk about on this channel, but you don't see it a lot in college film especially, is the window for these seams. The window for these seams in the league is usually 18 to 22. So just pay attention to where this thing is caught and where they rip a bunch of seams, because they crush seams in this game. So really nice job. Love the play design here out of empty, incorporating some smash corner with 4 verticals. Look where that thing gets up and down. Just a thing of beauty. Up and down, right at the 20-yard. Love it. Nice accuracy from Marcus Mariota. On time, precision. You know, this is a catch and collision. Protect his guy. Love it. Now, this next one. This next one is an incomplete. And it's on what I'm used to calling 939 flat. We're going to talk, first I'll draw it up. Really, he's just throwing a fade here with a little rub. And I've got a really special story about my NFL career that I'm going to share here. But first, I want to make sure that I draw this thing up so we can see it. This is really just stick. So that's the clear. Here's the stick route. And then here's the flat. So it's a version of flat. That's the 9. That's not really a great 9. The 9, the 3 is the stick, the 9 on the other side is usually a fade, and then the F flat right here. So to me, it's, if you were playing this just out in the field, it would be just stick flat read right there. But in the red zone, this is a different play. So talk about exactly what it looks like from my own experience. This play actually got me kicked out of an NFL practice, if you can believe that. From the back here, the timing of it, they incorporate a little play fake. To me, this makes it harder for sure. But what should be, to me, instinctually reading the corner on just that flat vertical ended up getting me tossed from a Mike Martz practice. All right, the dreaded 939 F flat red zone play for me. Got me kicked out of practice when I was with the Detroit Lions. Mike Martz kicked me out. I'm sure I've told this story. I'm not sure if I told it on the channel. I've definitely told it before, but it's one of those ones that really strike a chord with me and resonate for a few different reasons, not only as a player, but also as a coach also. So there are some themes here that I think can resonate with a lot of different people. The first part here is that I really did get thrown out of practice for this play. It was a red zone rep. I want to say it was 7-on-7. And when I was with Detroit, this was training camp. I can remember because I was still getting reps. You really don't get reps as the number 2 on an NFL team unless it's training camp or the scout team. So training camp, I had really just won the job. I just gotten signed there a few days before camp. So just got the job early in camp. Never played this play before. I had been in the digit system, not the type of volume that we carried with Martz, but certainly knew many of the concepts that I was going to play with the digit system. But I'd never played this specific red zone play. So to me, when I looked at it as the normal installation, this was just stick at a bunch in the red area. But really, this play is just a fancy way to throw the fade. And you're going to throw the fade no matter what. I didn't realize that until I tried to read the corner. And I don't even remember what happened on the play. But we were on the far field. There were multiple practice fields. And Martz started yelling, screaming that I didn't know what the hell I was doing and to get out of here. And I thought he was kind of joking, to be honest with you. I'd heard kind of crazy stories before about him making guys throw into like fences or something. But he started yelling, get out of here. You're done. And I don't remember exactly what he said, but I remember Adam Gase turning to me and saying, you got to go. And so I had to do like essentially the walk of shame across multiple practice fields into the locker room. And at this point, I hadn't made the team. He had told me I was the backup, but I hadn't necessarily, proven it yet in a game type situation. I don't even remember where we were at in preseason. And so I'm thinking, oh, I'm out of here. Like, it's over. I'm done. I'm cut. I just got kicked out of practice. And I'm not the type of guy. Now, I've been kicked out of games before, but I'm a guy, quarterback-wise, specifically as a pro, where I was going to do everything I could the right way. Now, I might not have the physical gifts to make every single throw that maybe a coach would love to see, but I was never not going to do a read correctly. There are many times where I went through many camps making all the right decisions, might not make all the right throws, the ball might not go where I want, but where I was throwing it, when I was throwing it, those types of things, I can take pride in. I did it. I tried to do it as right as I possibly could. And so I certainly wasn't intentionally not playing the play correctly. I had just never played the play correctly. I had never played the play before. And so I go out there, try to read the corner of the flat defender, and he wants the fade thrown, and I don't know what that, and I'm kicked out of practice. And I'm like, well, Jesus, this can't be real. I remember being in the locker room, like shaking by myself, for like a half hour. Finally, Adam Gase, who was the quarterback coach at the time, comes in after practice and it's like, hey, Mike wants to see you in his office. The offices were upstairs in Detroit. So I'm like, oh, it's over. I'm done. I'm cut. And so I go up to see Martz, and he goes, do you know what happened today? And I go, not really. Like, you want me to throw the fade on that play? I don't really know. And he's like, listen, if you're going to be the backup here, I need you to know that I coached the starter through the backup. I was pissed at what was going on out there. And so I'm not going to publicly humiliate the starter, but I am going to publicly humiliate the backup. And so I'm going to coach the starter through the backup. Can you handle that? And I remember thinking like, yeah, I can handle that. Why not? Next time, why don't you tell me before you do that? And I'm good with that. But I prefer not to get kicked out of practice thinking I'm going to get cut sitting in the locker room by myself when I don't know what the hell you're doing or what your plan is or that you do that. And so after he explained it to me, it made sense. I didn't necessarily agree with it or like it or enjoy it, but at least then I had the expectation of how hard he was going to coach me. And it wasn't necessarily because he was frustrated with me. He might be frustrated with the entire offense or the starter or what's going on with something else. And I certainly, once I understood his model for what he was comfortable correcting the starter as in public, or how he was going to go about getting his message to the starter, I didn't necessarily love it, but at least I understood it. But my God, I will never, ever forget 939F flat, getting kicked out of practice, walk of shame, half hour of misery, all to understand that he was really pissed at someone else, and I was just going to take the brunt of it, and that was just his model for how he coached the starter at the NFL level. So let's get back to it. So from the back, now that we know how to read it, this is just catch and throw the fade. You can see though, and again, just because a coach teaches it one way doesn't mean it's necessarily the right way, even if the guy's a mad genius. To me, this is a read the corner read. So if we're reading the corner, he gets any sort of depth. Potentially, you could just put it on him right there in the flat. That's not a great drawing. Right there to the flat with the go. Just read that corner. He gets depth. You can put it on him. But again, this play, at least in the league with Mike Martz, was called to throw the fade. And if it was intercepted, it was the coordinator's problem. But right here, you could see potentially, does that corner hesitate at all? Again, not being in the quarterback room, don't know for sure. He kind of plays in between. You really have both for a touchdown, if I'm being honest with you. He just misses it. I think it's unnecessarily difficult here. If we're going to talk about how much I love some of the play design later in this video, the play action element of this is not my jam. It just makes it slower for the quarterback to extend the ball. A little late, fade to the field, tough throw, miss. Again, from the back end, you can really see just that little subtle thing when we're talking about offensive architecture. That play fake makes the throw late, makes the throw high. We run out of real estate, unnecessarily difficult. So just those types of decisions that go into the offensive construction can really impact a touchdown or not. Next one here. Love this. Change of direction from within the pocket movement, hit the crosser. So elusive, so dynamic as far as being able to stay alive. And then, it helps when you have a accidental on purpose collision rub where the corner falls and the guy's open by 20 yards. Don't get me wrong. But just watch Mariota's change of direction here. Whoop. Stays alive, keeps his platform, is able to rip that thing as kind of a jump throw. And then you get just massive plays. Get the track team out running, do what they do. Watch this short motion, though, and then the collision from the corner up top. Up, boom. Love it. A bunch of those in this game. But quarterback-wise, that change of direction and to be able to, sure, you'd love to see him kind of change and then come back under control to make this throw easier. You don't have to make it a jump throw. But as he's moving forward, he's got this kind of jump throw in the arsenal. And again, this is high school open when you start talking about, no one even within the hashes. I mean, there's no one within 10 yards of him in any direction. But he's able to add an extra 30-ish with just a yak. 30 plus. Big time play. But quarterback-wise, I just love the athleticism here to be able to whoop and come back and be able to make that throw. Use your vision too, because you make a move like that, oftentimes your eyes will go down and be like, hey, I'm just going to scramble, get what I can get. But to see that guy pop, make that big play, massive play. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I certainly appreciate the support for the channel. I really do appreciate you subscribing, supporting the channel, sharing it across a number of different platforms. If you want even more quarterback school content, we've got a bunch available. All of it can be found in the description to this video. So get over there, check out all the quarterback school courses, the quarterback school Patreon community, a bunch of free resources as well. I appreciate the support. I really do appreciate you subscribing, sharing it across multiple platforms. It means a lot to me and the channel, so thank you so much for doing that. As for this one, let's keep it going. Next one here, beautiful touchdown on a seam. Again, the landmarks, y'all. You guys think I'm joking about the landmarks. Where are we at? We're at the 30. Where's this ball caught on the seam? 50. You're welcome. Hey, now, there's certainly some poor tackling, poor rotation, middle field close, but this is great design. So watch the horizontal stretch. I thought the Rams invented this the last couple years. No? Horizontal stretch with the jet sweep, fake jet sweep, rip it. Again, check the timing out, y'all. Fake the play action, one step. Now, is he toesy? Yeah. His heel never hits the ground. That's like a high heel. But good enough right there. And that's a great way to finish. My goodness, big plays all over the place. Such a dynamic, fun offense to break down. They hit him with a little pressure. They're late rotating back. Again, asking that safety up top on the hash to get to the middle of the field, that's tough duty. But Marcus Mariota makes him pay. Again, love the offensive design. Certainly got the capacity to rip these seams. I think the most impressive thing with the seams is just the ability to hit the landmark consistently, up and down, bunch of different footwork. I love the fact that he only goes one step there because of the play action. If you go play action 3, you're going to be late. So to have the flexibility within the footwork to be able to rip it on time, big time. 3rd and 11. Next one here, just a great change of direction again. Refuses to go down, playmaking ability. You can make the argument here that if he ran it, it might be a better play, but I love seeing guys make these types of shovel passes. So play make, not there. Now you could make the argument that he's hot, which he is, but which is its own issue. But this ability to not go down, to fight, strong, playmaker, almost goes down multiple times, finds his guy, vision. Now, are we hot? Not knowing what the back's supposed to do in pass protection, hard to say for sure. It looks to me like we're hot. They're bringing 6. We've got 5 protecting. But he refuses to go down, competes like hell. And then when I'm saying, if he told that back to just go block and go block 27 instead of pitching it to him, maybe this is a bigger play. But again, that's being too picky. I love when quarterbacks have the ability to not go down, keep their eyes up, find the check down, shovel it to him, be a playmaker. Just outstanding. Great strength too, besides just a change of direction, athleticism. Love to see it. Next one here, touchdown. This is a world-class design play. Bottom of the screen, wheel, accidental on-purpose rub, fake the bubble screen, easy touchdown. So this is great design. So what am I talking about? Down here at the bottom of the screen, we're going to fake the bubble, and then we're going to run a post or slant or glance with a wheel. And the thing that really makes it is that this post runs into the wheel defender on purpose, accidentally. Okay, so that collision just makes this too easy. But again, these things take detail, attention to detail, precision. Up, boom. I mean, he's tracking him the whole way. That's not even a slant or post. That's just I'm going to run and pick you. Boom. Great design. Quarterback-wise, love the fact that you get to play fake, fake bubble, up and down. Again, the precision with the timing, the no wasted movement, and acknowledging the fact that the guy's wide ass open. So it can be all of those things. Just really fun to see this offense operate like that. Next one here, this is one of my favorite 4 verticals to be able to do what I'm used to calling swap. So the 3 and the 2 switch. Watch up top. The 3 and the 2 switch. There's the seam. Guess what the landmark is? You're welcome. Really, really nice. You add the layer of a fast 4 to cause some confusion on the defense. And again, acknowledge the fact it's wide open, this bad defense. It's awesome offensive architecture. It's very nice timing, precision from the quarterback. I'm not going to apologize for the guy being open. But design-wise here, really cool. So first thing, the one part of this design that I don't love, I wish this guy was on the line of scrimmage and this guy was off, just so it wasn't such an alert to everyone in the stadium that this guy's going first. How often do you see the number 2 receiver on the line of scrimmage? But this is just 4 verticals. So go or corner, 4 vertical spacing. And I don't care if they run a turn down, a hitch, a comeback, or whatever. It's 4 vertical spacing. We're going to run the special or the number 3 seam from here. And then we're going to switch or swap this thing and run the seam from the number 3. So this action right here combined with the fast 4 action. So fast 4 motion, meaning the 4th eligible is going in like a tear gash motion here coming across. So the defense has to make some sort of adjustment. Either someone's going to run with him or they're going to try to push this. And when they push these things, the releases get confused. Who goes to the middle of the field gets confused. Do I have the vertical of 3 or 2? Do I have the vertical of the new 4, the new 3? All that type of stuff makes this really, really tough on a defense. And I just love to see it when these things pop wide open. World-class offensive architecture. I think Scott Frost was the coordinator at this point. I think Chip Kelly was already gone. But you can see the bones of just some really fun offensive structure. That's pretty awesome. And again, Marcus Mariota showing off the fact that he can rip these seams with NFL timing. Right on the money. And he's wide open. It can be both. Last one here, really cool design play. This is quads, and then watch the back move, and then we're running zone read to the field. Now it's a horrific safety fill as far as the run fit support. But Marcus Mariota showing off the wheels. The dude can certainly run. I love the design of this thing though too. Again, acknowledging the ones that I do like. This is really tough. But it's essentially 8 versus 44 and 26 in the open field. So what am I saying here when I say I love the design of this thing? This is quads. So he's ineligible. There's the tight end. Got 3 receivers out here in a bunch. There's no eligibles up top. We're now reading zone read. So we're going to read right here. And we're going to have all these 6 in the run blocking unit block the most dangerous 6. So 3 and then 3. And so technically this guy is the quarterbacks. So So we're going to read this guy as far as his zone read. He crashes down or follows. We're going to pull it. And then we've got to make this guy is the only guy between us and a touchdown. And he hits this thing so thick and so far inside that he gives up the edge way too easy. And Marcus Mariota can roll. But watch the back move too. So it changes all their RPO. Oh, I got the RPO, backs away, back to me. Quick little shift or motion. And we got you. Again, watch how fast this thing happens with the back little motion. This is really a motion more than a shift because he doesn't get set. Gotcha. And it's a foot race. Just outstanding play design, but also the capacity of the quarterback to run the rock. And Marcus Mariota showing off the fact that he can rip some seams, got some great change of direction, also got the vertical speed to make a big play right here. Fun. So that is a wrap. Marcus Mariota, Oregon 2014, taking down Michigan State. Really fun for me. Just obviously massive big plays. Some really cool offensive architecture, whether it's ripping seams down the field, some play action, some rub, picks, accidental, on purpose. You be the judge. I know for real it's definitely on purpose. But love seeing those things come together to be big plays. In addition, some really cool run game stuff as far as moving the back, quads, unbalanced, all that kind of stuff that we see everywhere nowadays was really, I feel like, started on the frontier with this kind of offense, running it at tempo. Really fun to break down and see. So thank you so much for hanging to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed the story too. Had fun sharing that one, reminiscing about that experience. That was something. So thanks again. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Have a good one.